Hey, what's up everybody? It's William back for another Diecast review, and oh boys, we have another good one today. It is again, another NASCAR Authentics, and I kind of teased this one in the last video. So here it is. It is Tony Stewart's Toyota Save Mart 350 win, as the box doesn't really want to stand up on its own. And again, this is the NASCAR Authentics version of it. I'll actually kind of use Larson to help support Stewart here, if that'll work. No, never mind. So I'll just hold it here. So yeah, it is the NASCAR Authentics version of Tony Stewart's Toyota Save Mart 350 win from 2016. Of course, this was Smoke's last career win in what was then the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series, ending a very illustrious career for Stewart in his number 14 Stewart Haas Chevy. A great car to get. Wave 11, of course, like I said in the last video. Reason why I'm reviewing these so late is because my Target got them pretty much just now, and I'm assuming that they probably had them in the back and then just never put them out, and then found them and were like, oh wait, I guess we should have put these out. So now, at least better late than never. Like I said, I was actually thinking I may never even be able to get these cars, but luckily I have been able to. There you can see all the cars in Wave 11. Collect them all. So, of course, this is the car that Stewart pretty much beat up Denny Hamlin with. Sorry if you're a Hamlin fan watching this, but he got his butt kicked a little bit by Stewart there on the final lap. Stewart wasn't too nice. Then again, Denny did move him out of the way in turn 7. So, I guess it depends on whose side you're on. If you're curious of knowing, I was cheering on Stewart there on the final lap, so Hamlin fans, don't hate me. So, yeah, but we'll get this car opened up and see how cool it really is. And actually, why not? Like I did in the last review, let's open it up. I know last time I knocked the camera over, so let's hope I don't do that this time. Alright, here at the race winner card, we'll see the specs on that. And here we have Tony Stewart Sonoma race win from 2016. Very cool diecast. I know this one's going to be pretty beat up with body damage on it, or what's supposed to look like body damage, so I'm excited about that. So here we have the race winner's card, and we can see Tony Stewart holding a 1/24 scale diecast of his Code 3 Associates car, so that's kind of interesting. I wonder if... is he really holding that? Is that photoshopped? I don't know. I guess he could really be holding that. You know, they actually do that in Victory Lane, have... the drivers hold their diecast that the paint scheme that was on their car that day, and hold it and, you know, take a picture in Victory Lane. So that wouldn't be too unlikely. So you can see Tony Stewart, Stewart Haas Racing, NASCAR Cup Series, NASCAR Sprint Cup Series, my bad, race version, Sonoma Raceway, Toyota Save Mart 350 winner. Sonoma, California, June 26, 2016. This is actually the first Sonoma race that I haven't attended in a few years. I attended Sonoma races from like 2012 to 2015, and we just didn't go last year, so still a cool race though to watch on TV. So we've got June 26, 2016. Time of the race, 2 hours, 42 minutes, and 13 seconds. Pretty long for a road course race, I have to say. Start position 10th. Total laps, 110 for 218.9 miles. Number of cautions, 4. We had 4 cautions for 10 laps. 8 leaders. Tony Stewart led 22 laps on the way to the victory, and he won by 0.6 of a second over Denny Hamlin. Of course, Stewart moved Hamlin out of the way there in turn 11. Or I shouldn't say he really moved him. Hamlin claims that he locked up the brakes, and then Tony just, I guess, wanted to finish him off and kind of gave him a little hip check. Or not even really a hip check, but, you know, just kind of slammed him into the wall there off turn 11, which... honestly, I thought was kind of funny. So again, Hamlin fans, don't hate me. But there we have also, it says his 49th Cup Series victory. Didn't hit 50, but you know what? It was still a great, Stewart still had a great career. And oh my, is this a great race version or what? I mean, just look at the damage and all of the detail that they put into this to make it a race version. This was one, when they said that they were going to be releasing this car in the NASCAR Authentics line, this was one that I knew from the beginning that I absolutely had to get, simply because of how raced of a raced version it really was. You know, some race versions, they'll say, you know, it's a race version, it'll really just be like, what it'll really look like is just like a, you know, random, you know, standard finished car with a little bit of confetti on it, because, you know, not all drivers are that aggressive, and they'll usually take pretty good care of their cars. And so that way, by the time they get to victory lane, they really haven't had any interactions with anyone else. So it's just, you know, paint scheme, the car looks fine, it's just got some confetti on it. This one, especially since, for whatever reason, they didn't put the confetti on it. That's if maybe the confetti all blew away and didn't really land on the car. Maybe that's why there's no confetti on it. But since there's no confetti on it, you can really just see all the detail that they put into it, making it a raced version. So it is a really, really cool car. I have to say, though, like I said, Denny looks like he really got beat up by Stewart here. Really looking by the looks of Stewart's car, but like I said, though, Stewart came out on top. So he didn't really care how his car looks at the end of the race. And Stewart probably wouldn't really care anyway, the way he is. So let's get into this diecast. And here we have the front bumper. We've got our Chevrolet SS front bumper there. We've got 14. Stewart Haas Racing. We've also, on the hood here, we've got Code 3 Associates. Riders on the Storm. So I actually don't know what Code 3 Associates is. So anybody knows, tell me down in the comments, because I don't know what Code 3 Associates is. We've got Stewart and 2 Chevrolet logos. They're up on the windshield. All right, coming down to the side here, oh my gosh, that detail is just absolutely beautiful. But we'll go over the race aspect here in a second. We've got our usual culprits for the front bumper contingencies. Goodyear with a wheel well. Some really warped contingencies here on the side, but standard usual contingencies there. Got 14, Mobile 1. Here on the quarter panel, you've got Haas, Mac Tools, Mobile 1, and Rush Truck Centers. Again, it's kind of hard to read some of these sponsors because the car's still beat up. Mobile 1 there on the side. I think I already said that, though, so whatever. I'm going to try to zoom in here on the B-pillar so you can get a better look at these sponsors here. It's probably going to look a little fuzzy. Actually, it's not too bad here. So we've got Code 3, Jimmy John's, Coca-Cola, Bass Pro Shops there on the B-pillar. We've got Smoke right there up above the window net. On the roof, you've got 14, Code 3 Associates as the roof sponsor, and we'll zoom out a little bit so we can come around here to the back bumper. On the bumper, we have Code 3 Associates. I believe that's the Tony Stewart Foundation right there. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that is the Tony Stewart Foundation logo. We've got 14. So, you know, your standard look for the Chevrolet SS. You've got your your taillight decals, Chevrolet logo, Chevrolet SS back bumper decal. There on the deck lid, you've got Mobile 1 again. And this side is not the same as the left because it is got different damage than the left side. So now, instead of going over the paint scheme like I usually do, I mean, I guess I could. It's basically a black car with a yellow stripe that goes all the way around the bottom of the car. And has got a blue stripe above that. There's your paint scheme review. So, it's a pretty simple paint scheme, but a cool looking one, I have to say. Code 3 really did a good job with their paint scheme, I think, for Tony Stewart. I think Danica's for this year is alright, but I think they really did a good job with Tony's here back in 2016. So now, time to go over the raced aspects of this car, which I have to say, this is, I'm not sure if it's better than the Kyle Larson. As far as, like, damage and stuff, I'd say definitely, but the car, I'd maybe still go with Larson. I don't know about that, but this is a pretty cool one. So here, what you'll notice, some of you may not know, is on the road courses, they put intakes down here by the bottom of the front bumper of the car. And that's actually to cool the brakes because, as you know, on a road course, you're not going very fast, and so that's because you're using the brakes all the time. You're getting the car up going really fast, and then you got to hit those brakes, make sure you slow the car down and make the corner. Well, those brakes, if you use them up a lot, they can get hot. So they've got these vents here on the front bumpers of the car on the road courses to, keep the air going to the brakes and keeping the brakes cool. So that's what those are. And so you can kind of see maybe a little bit of tape going over those for a little bit of an aerodynamic advantage. I'm not too sure, but there are some vents here covering what would usually be like the fog light decals for the Chevy SS. So a little fun fact there, I guess. Right here above the left front fender, you've got some damage there, some scratches, some scrapes. Right here, this is I think this is probably the best part of the race version, in my opinion, As you can see right here where he would have made some major contact with Hamlin there, and it totally caved in the door and actually messed up the side skirt, pulled some stuff out of the side skirt and put a huge dent, big giant donut there on the left door. And that's why the decals are kind of all messed up. It's to give that impression that the left side door is caved in a little bit. So that's really cool. You've got some more scratches kind of here. Another one above the 14. Oh man, he really beat this car up. But like I said, he was going for it in this race. He didn't care who he had to hit, who he had to go through. He was going to get this win. And now seeing that it was his final win, I'm sure he wouldn't have done it any differently than what he did. You can see you've got some more scrapes here in front of the left rear wheel well. You've got, looks like another donut there on the quarter panel. Let's see. Actually, I think it's kind of interesting. We'll use the Kyle Larson race version here that I just reviewed. So let's see. Yes, that matches up perfectly with the donut right there on the door. And then back here, yep, that's a donut. That's a donut back here on the quarter panel because it lines up perfectly with Kyle Larson's tire. So there's another donut. So you got two donuts on the left side. Like I said, Stewart really used up his car in this race. He didn't really care. Back bumper, not a whole lot of damage actually. That kind of surprises me. I'm surprised that he wouldn't have had more people hitting him if he was being that aggressive. Then again, he's Tony Stewart, and you don't really want to mess with him if you can avoid it. Here you do have some damage there on the quarter panel. It's supposed to probably look like it's crushed in a little bit. Probably somebody did try. I think that's actually probably where Hamlin hit him going into turn 7 on the final lap. So that's probably what that is down there. So that's cool. That effect that it gives it doesn't actually make it look like it's crushed in. So that is pretty cool, I have to say. And then down here by the exhaust, they actually put decals on for the exhaust, and then you can see there's some blacks, probably just some dirt and what do you call it? So the exhaust marks from the back firing, when they shift and the fire comes out the exhaust pipes, you've got the burnt look there around the exhaust pipes. That's the best I can explain it. But that's cool. You've got a little bit more scrapes there. Then actually another scrape here up on the top of the 14. That's a little high to be able to get in a scrape. And we're going on 12 minutes for a 1/64 scale diecast review, but I feel like this car deserves it. It's probably one of the best, if not the best, race version of 2016, in my opinion. Actually, then again, I might say something else. I'd actually probably say the Jimmy Johnson Superman is the best race version of 2016 since I was there to see Jimmy win in the Superman car. And he's my favorite driver, but that's Jimmy Johnson. We're supposed to be talking about Tony Stewart, and I should probably actually be wrapping up the review now. So, as always, I'd like to thank you all for watching. Leave a comment down below if you have anything you want to ask me, or just want to comment on the diecast or the review. I'm usually pretty good at getting back to people's comments, so go ahead and down below and do that. Give this video a like, thumbs up, and as always, I ask you to subscribe. I always love it when I get new subscribers, and that means you're showing interest and makes me more motivated to do more diecast reviews like this one. So, until the next time, I will see you all later.